On January 28, 1986, the Space Shuttle Challenger was launched for the last time. No one thought the shuttle would explode less than 2 minutes after liftoff. The decision to launch was very controversial. This is what led up to the sequence of events. From the politics to the program's plans and the progress, and the problems that started before it all went wrong. According to the University of Texas and Austin and Texas Space Grant Custodians, Text Studies in Ethics, Safety, and Liabilities of Engineers by Kurt Hoover and Wallace T. Fowler, these are the facts from the case study. The Space Shuttle program was the most complicated project ever. While the Apollo project had only one specific goal, send a man to the moon, the Space Shuttle program had a variety of goals. It became the sole component of the manned space program. The Space Shuttle was the first attempt to produce a truly reusable spacecraft instead of just one single mission, reducing engineering costs and hardware costs. This would save everyone money. NASA's new plan rested on 3 legs. First was a reusable transportation system. Second was a manned orbiting space station that they could send the reusable station to. The final was the exploration of Mars. Due to the politics and inflation, it now rested on just one leg, the Space Shuttle. The budget also caused NASA to sacrifice research and development necessary to produce a truly reusable space shuttle. The design became only partially reusable with many flaws. To increase support, NASA enlisted the help of the United States Air Force. That had the satellites needed to require the shuttle to be launched from Vandenberg Air Force in California. Because of this, the shuttle weight had to be less. This limited the safety and the landing of the vehicle. So the Space Shuttle in 1985 started showing progress. 19 flights were launched and all were covered with only minor problems, but still considered all successful. The shuttle was still going to have a show that it could pay for itself. This meant more flights. So in 1986, they knew it had to be their year. They had to launch a number of flights and continue to attract customers and gain Congress support. But 1986 did not start off like it needed to. Columbia Flight 61C had 4 on-pad aborts and 3 slips. Finally, it was landed at Edwards Air Force Base instead of the intended Kennedy Space Center. NASA supposedly had 4 complete shuttles, but in fact they only had 2. Parts were just passed around and reinstalled each time a shuttle was exposed to possible servicing-induced problems. Columbia Flight 61C, scheduled for March, had a very tight window since they wanted it to reach Halley's Comet before the Russian probe. So in order for Flight 61E to launch on time, the Challenger had to be launched and carry out its mission and return by January 31st. NASA undoubtedly was aware that a successful mission would play well in the White House. President Reagan's State of the Union address was the perfect publicity for NASA and the new Space Shuttle program. There was also the thought that they were going to have an elementary school teacher giving a lecture from orbit that was neither lost on NASA or President Reagan. You can understand the pressure on the program and the rush they needed. Everything that led up to the sequence of events is what caused the chain reaction to the tragedy. The loss of every astronaut life on board as well as the elementary teacher. From the difficulties in the budget and politics to the attempted plans that seemed like progress and the beginning of many problems and miscommunication. It all had this terrible snowball effect that led to the Space Shuttle Challenger's last flight.